The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Jesus said to his disciples, "As the Father loves me, so I also love you. Remain in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will remain in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and remain in his love. I have told you this so that my joy might be in you and your joy might be complete." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
A few years back, they did a study on children's school playgrounds, on studies that differed between playgrounds that had a perimeter fence around them and then playgrounds that were just kind of wide open. So what they discovered is that in the playgrounds that didn't have a fence, a big perimeter fence, the kids just kind of huddled around the equipment close to each other and just kind of played close to each other. In the playgrounds that had a perimeter fence, the kids ran and jumped and played freely all over the playground. Okay, that's what the study showed, that when there's a perimeter fence, a boundary fence, then kids know kind of how to work within the boundaries and enjoy it, have fun. I think of it in light of today's gospel. Our Lord said, "If you keep my commandments, you will remain in my love." The Lord's commandments are like those perimeter fences, right? And he gives us those so that my joy may be in you and your joy may be complete. All right? It's not to rule us. It's so that we can flourish as God's children. All right, so I think the image is clear there, and I think we can understand it too. We're not walking around, well, should I or should I? What's the edge or what's not? We know it. Our Lord gave his commandments. And not only gave us his commandments, he gave us his church, continued to guide us. Things change. Our Lord's teachings don't. Those are steadfast. So the commandments don't change, but how they apply to today, the 21st century, is unique. So we need clarification on where are those boundaries in these certain areas. So the church continues to weigh in on this. We see that in the Acts of the Apostles. We got here from the 15th chapter of the Acts of the Apostles, is what's called the First Council of Jerusalem. All right, there was an issue. Do the Gentiles need to be circumcised? There was an issue. I don't know. It's not in the Ten Commandments. I don't know. All right, it's not clarified there. So the church convenes Peter and the other apostles who've been given authority by Christ to make decisions, to govern. They make a decision. Hey, no, we don't think they need to be circumcised. It doesn't make sense to hold them to that. They make a decision. They came together, made a decision regarding faith and morals. It's called church teaching. It continues to guide us. It continues to give us those parameter fences. So I guess my encouragement as we as Catholics in the 21st century is, what are the church teachings? What are those boundary fences that help us keep us inside the playground so that we can run and have fun, right? So that Christ's joy can be in us and our joy can be complete. This is the thing. So my encouragement is what does the church teach on matters regarding faith and morals? They're not always necessarily pleasant, and they're not always, they're usually countercultural. And that isn't to just squash our fun. No, it's so that we can flourish as children of God. So we don't want to forsake ones and take on other ones. We want to what's the church teach? She gives us those boundaries along with God's commandments so that we can run and have fun. So may we thank God first for the church that continues to guide and govern us, but take full advantage of her wisdom, who's a mother who continues to guide us as children so that Christ's joy can be in us and our joy can be complete.